last one you've seen, we had issues. We thought we had issues going on inside the motor. We had a bad vibration. We fired it up a couple times, and we thought we were going to have to tear the whole thing apart. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of dreading it. It's a brand new engine, 5 passes on it. I really didn't want to tear it apart, but I kept expressing to my dad and to everybody that I've had this issue happen to me before with the other motor. It's ironically weird that 2 motors would do the same thing. So then I said, you know what? Maybe it's in the blower. The blower is the only thing that we ran the same on the other motor compared to this motor. So, I made a couple Facebook posts and was talking about it. And an older guy reached out to me, and Dwayne Mills, shout out to big Dwayne. Yes, he's an older guy, guys. He said, why don't you tighten up the blower belt? I go, well, I don't think the blower belt's that loose. He goes, listen, tighten it up and see if that's the issue. Before you tear that thing apart, tighten it up, because if it does get loose, it does have, it will put a vibration and knock off the harmonics in the car. So we come out here, me and Austin were sitting here, we're about to go ahead and start tearing it apart. And I said, you know what? If there is any kind of damage, it's already done to itself. Let's tighten up this blower belt and let's try it one last time. We tightened it up, we ran the car, and it runs flawless. There's no vibration. You can hold the car, you can do all that, and that's where it comes back to where I said that it's happened to me before, and it doesn't always happen. So now we know that if I feel that vibration and stuff inside the car, that the blower belt is loose. So we're going to make sure, everything is completely tight, and I run my blower belts tight, guys. I make sure that they're extremely tight. They're like a banjo. Well, that thing was pretty loose, and you were able to flop it back and forth, and we realized it was making all kinds of noises and doing all that. So to answer your question, no, we do not have to tear the motor apart. Everything is good right there, but we are making a huge change to PRENUP. We've talked about it before. We've actually ran PRENUP before on this setup, but we're going back to it. We're waiting for NPK to drop their schedule. We're waiting for them to drop the rules, but we don't want to sit around sitting here in the shop and not do nothing. So we are going to, after we get all the logos and everything done off the car, man, I might have to rewrap the car after this one. Golly. We're changing some things up for this season, but we're going to get the car jacked up on jacks. Got our jacks right over here. We're going to start measuring everything out. We got a little spreadsheet that we use. We're going to measure everything on the car because we are taking the rear end, shocks, everything out of this car, and we are putting our small tire rear end on it. PRENUP is going on Radials. There's a few events that we're wanting to hit up and race, so we want to try to go after and get those. So we're going to put the car on Radials and go see what we can do. Hopefully we can test by the end of the weekend. And that's the game plan. So we got a lot of work to do this week to get it all done. But once we get it done, we'll see how it all plays out. I'm excited to see what the car's going to do on Radials, especially with the screw blower setup. We ran it with a Pro Charger setup. And, it ran good, extremely fast. Ran a couple coach races, and maybe we can go around and have fun with it. We also have some small tire events going on this year that we want to hit up. And, using the Camaro to run NPK, it allows us to do something different with this car. So once we get it all done with the stickers and everything, old Matthew's side's looking a lot better. But we're gonna get it jacked up. We're gonna start taking everything off, wheelie bars, rear end, 4-link bars, everything, and we're gonna get our other rear end put up in the car, and so we can get ready for testing this weekend. Sir Vincent is right up there. Yes, guys, that is not the actual tires that go on the car. It's just a set of tires that I had here for right now. I got a new set of tires coming in, so it won't look that stupid up underneath the car. But that car is going to be heading to wiring here soon in a couple weeks. We are also going to be picking up Bad Blood, the Camaro, so we can start testing. We also have done a lot inside the shop. As you can see, things have changed. We've gotten stuff more organized. We got our parts over here. We are sending some parts to Noonan this week to get our motor put back together up there. We got our tires ready for this year. Got a radial set up. Shout out to VP for getting our fuel and oil, get everything situated. We got all our merch. We got new stuff on the website, guys. Head over to the website, www.justinswanstrom69.com, and get your stuff today. Here's the rear end that we will be putting in the car. It is set up, ready to go. Shout out to Jason at Wizard Race Cars. He, got it all powder coated, looking nice. Set up the carbon brakes and whole assembly. I do got to take that stuff apart real quick and put some seals and stuff in it to get ready. So we will be setting that thing up on a table, getting it all situated, and then we will put it in the car and go from there. But thing looks super, super nice, super clean. We got with Quick Performance. They're getting us a new gear sent out to us to get ready. And hopefully, have that here in the next day or two so we can get it put in the car as well. But before we jump into that, I just want to let y'all guys know that we have some new stuff on the website. As you can see, we got sweatshirts, t-shirts, new backpacks are on the website. They were a hot seller last year, so we did bring them back. We also have a brand new gym bag on the website. If you don't go to the gym, that's 100% okay. You can use it to be able to travel, do whatever you want. But we do have gym bags. We have book bags. We got straw hats. Hats will be back on the website, guys. Badass deal. And then another thing we're doing is signs for Bad Blood. They are all signed by me. We have 3 different sizes. Here's a smaller size if you want to use those. Take this off real quick. You can hang it up, do whatever you want with it, but they are on the website right now. We wouldn't be able to do this without y'all, so I thank y'all every day for purchasing merch and being able to wear our stuff proud. We got a lot of new stuff coming out this year. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out this year, so just wanted to go ahead and plug our stuff real quick, because without y'all, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I want to thank y'all, and let's go ahead and start tearing this car apart. All right, so we got the car up on jacks. We're about to jump into to start taking stuff apart. But before we got to do that, I want to let y'all know that this will be a timely process. It's probably going to be cut into 2 different videos, because if we had already had, all the measurements and everything, we'd be good. But we don't, so we're going to have to go through. We're going to have to do all the measurements and get everything ready. I know it sounds like it's just going to be a simple process. You just pull this rear end out, put the other rear end in. But it's not, because if we ever want to go back to the setup, we got to be able to set the car up how we had it. So we do have a list we got to go through, make sure we get ride height, 4-link, front bar separation, rear bar separation, side to side. Got to go to the front of the car, because everything is going to change, because you are going from, it's a 34.5, yes, 34.5 that we run, and you are putting a 28-inch tire on the car. So the car initially is going to look like this because of how it is. So we're going to have to lower the front. We're going to have to get everything ready to be able to make sure it's right, get our own ride height. I do think I have it wrote down from when we ran radials back in the day, and if I can find that, that's going to extremely help us. But we got to find that first. So we got the guys up under the car real quick. They are taking stuff apart. As you can see, the wheelie bars and that are off the car. They also learned how to pack parachutes today. There's a lot of people that don't know the exact right way to pack a chute, and that's one thing that I wanted to show them. Usually I pack my own chutes, but it's something that they can learn and everything. They also got the wheels off the car. That's the good thing about it, is they're learning as they go. Austin was able to get this side off, where Matthew was able to get the other side off. What are y'all trying to do? Get it to go forward?
I was trying to get that little collar to pop out.
So get you a screwdriver. Well, I was that get a pry bar.
Right here.
Now the easiest thing to do is get a pry bar and pry it against the yoke and let it push forward. So while we got the guys doing a little bit of organizing over on the other side of the shop real quick, I'm gonna pull some measurements. I'm not gonna let you know what my measurements are. I do feel like I got the car working extremely well right now. Me and Dad, we've done a lot to get the car working how we need it to. But we will be checking. I'll just kind of read through our list real quick. We are going to be checking the rear steer in the car. We're going to be checking the rear housing spread. And what that means is on the housing, where your top 4-link bar is coming down, your bottom one's going to the chassis, we got to measure that spread from center to center. We will be doing the same thing to the chassis side to get that measurement. We will also be doing a ride height measurement. Because I have the wheels off the car, we're still able to get a ride height. What we're going to do is I have a little setup that goes over those jacks, and it's going to jack the rear end up. And once we get the rear end up to where it starts picking it up off of the jack, then we know we're at ride height. So then we're going to measure our ride height on our shocks. Everything is center bolt to center bolt. Get that all wrote down. Measure the rear steer. Measure the preload in the car. And just get everything wrote down that we need to, because if we want to swap back over to the setup, we can put everything back where it's at and we're good to go. So I'm going to make sure I write it down on my notes. I'm going to put it inside my computer so it can save up in the cloud. That's the good thing about technology nowadays, guys. You can save it up in the cloud, and we'll be able to swap back and forth. And then once we get our radial set up and everything good, then we can just swap back and forth as we want to and be able to have the right setups. It's been a while since I run on radials. It's been about a year and a half, 2 years since I've ran a radial setup. I just got off the phone with Mark Mincer, and we're going to be running his shocks on. We already run his struts on the front of the car. We're going to be running his rear shocks on the car. I told him I'm going to run Pro 275. He's like, man, that sounds exciting. I'm willing to help you out. And listen, he's done extremely good by me over the years when I was running radial stuff and running NPK stuff as well. So we're going to get a setup and everything ready to go inside the car. And, me and Dad, we're going to go over with a fine-tooth comb and just look everything over and get ready for this weekend. But we're going to pull these measurements, and then we're going to get everything set up, and hopefully we can have the other rear end and stuff in the car by the end of the day. So I want to, let's do that. We'll bleed the brakes again, and then we need to take the 4-link bolts out of the front of the chassis.
And both of them or just one?
All of them, because the whole entire rear end and everything's gonna come out. So, which honestly we're gonna use these same bars. So hold up 1 minute. We may take it out of the rear end. Yeah. So the only thing that's gonna do is, so let's do that. Let's take those out. It's still held up right here by this. Once you get those out, that thing's probably gonna want to swing forward because of the gear. So we just need to watch that. So let's how do I want to do this?
Take the top out first.
Let's take this jack out. Let's let it hang. Let it hang as much as it can right now. Let's just let it.
gonna bring it out. It's gonna be all, it is heavy. Don't knock the car off, watch that hose.
Good deal. Look at that right there.
All right. What do you think that thing weighs? I'm gonna say it weighs
350.
It weighs quite a bit. I'd leave it up against the wall.
Sure.
Yeah. You don't want to be moving all that stuff around.
Sure.
I'm gonna let you know that them shocks about 11 grand. So you don't be sliding them bitches around and let them fall off. And you can actually just leave it over here on the ground. Don't need to go on the table. But what we're gonna do is I already marked those bars. So we're just gonna take that, but there you go. They're gonna sit just like that. Yeah, we got the rear end out of the car. She'll be back here in a minute. We'll eat some food real quick. Man, look at this thing. It's like Bluetooth. Yeah, Bluetooth. Hey, let's get something to I guess you could put it on this pit mat, it'd be all right. We're gonna take that all surface cleaner and we're gonna spray down inside here, and then we're gonna start scraping and whopping the rubber after lunch. Let's go ahead and do that. So, all right, guys. So we got the rear end out of the car. You can see it's sitting on the ground right there. We got the new rear end going in the car. We had to order some stuff from Strange, had to get some seals and everything. So just went through, packed the bearings, about to knock this seal in. We got to pack the outside bearing. We'll get this side put back together, and then we're going to hop on that side of the car, get that all done. Once it's all done, we'll put our brakes, get everything established, ready to go, and then we will go ahead and get it up in the car. We can actually take those 4-link bars off, and they are marked. Just make sure they're marked in certain areas. Don't wipe the marks off, but we're going to use those 4-link bars for this setup. And then we're going to get with Quick Performance, get us a new gear sent out to us. And when the gear gets here, should be within the next day or so, we are going to get it put inside the car, get everything else hooked back up, ready to go. And then we can go out and start testing this weekend. We already did that side. That side's all ready to go. Everything looks good. We're gonna knock this side out real quick. Once we do that, I'm gonna run uptown. I do need to get like a 90-degree, air tool or something, put some sandpaper on it, and I'm gonna make sure I go through here. We usually always forget to do this part. We usually forget to clean out the holes for the powder coat. And then when you're underneath the car and you gotta make adjustment, then you gotta sit there and, knock it in with a hammer. So we just try not to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it all up. Once we do all that, we'll be able to put it in. But let me catch this call real quick. Hello?
Hey, I know you're slammed, dude, but justinswanstromracing.com is available. Do you want
That's
me to
fine.
grab that?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
That's it. So we're gonna go ahead and knock this side off now. And once we do that, we're gonna pack the bearings, get everything ready. We're getting closer.
Just turned off. Oh, there it goes.
No, it's just the screen goes dark. So let me get a glove real quick. This one will I think we'll use these shock mounts here. We'll try them. If not, then we'll go to those ones. But we'll see in a minute. And then once we get done, we need to fucking just hit that thing with brake clean it all up, and we'll stick it over here in the corner. We did get some benches for the shop. We're still getting stuff a little organized, guys, but getting the benches ready so we can have stuff for the cars. But we're getting a little bit better, I promise. Let me get this grease. Usually I have a tool. That, I'll use to pack this in, but we don't have that right here, so we're gonna use the other way I know how. Just to pack it by hand. These aren't like your everyday vehicles, so you don't have to go through it, all the time and repack it with grease and everything. I mean, it's a good thing to do throughout the season, but it ain't like your vehicle that gets run, you know, thousands and thousands of miles. I wonder how many miles we do go, you know, because I made 103 passes this year, and your average track is probably, I would say probably 1,500 to 2,000 feet. So we'll just say 2,000 feet. So I guess you could calculate up, you know, how many, I don't know, how many feet's in a mile? You know, like 5,000 something.
Something 50 something.
Well, there's 1,320 and a quarter of a mile. So 2 of those would be a half. So 1,320.
5280.
So 5,280 in 1 mile.
Yep.
So, you know, 2,000 feet. What's 2,000? Let's just do 1,500. Do 1,500 times 104.
156.
Divided by whatever that mile was. What did we say it was?
5280. I fucked up.
Camera guy messed up, fellas. We're not too good at math around here. You still trying to calculate? 560 miles. So my race car throughout the year, not counting, you know, rolling around doing all that, but just driving down tracks, 560 miles.
In a straight line.
Hell yeah. See, last time I used multiple set of gloves because I kept taking them on and off. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and pack both of these so we don't have to worry about it. And this grease is nasty. We almost used anti-seize.
It came right off.
That shit's eating that shit up. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make sure it gets all in there. Set that bad boy on the ground. Try to do this without making a mess. Whew. There we go, we got that one in there. Better set this on there. Oh, you give me that piece of wood. That hammer. Just watch that rear end in case it wants to go anywhere. See, this time I remember to put the bearing in. I already went through this one time, guys. So, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick this bad boy on there. There we go. Get that like that. We got our deal, it's gotta go in there. That's gonna go in there like that. Probably should put some grease on this. there she goes. Once you got that in there, we're gonna go ahead and put this one in. Oh, it's going in like butter. We're getting somewhere. Get that like that. And then we're gonna get our torque wrench. We torque these to 110 pounds. Once we do it at 110, there's a deal in here I'll show you. We put 2 set screws. It kind of holds it locked in, doesn't allow it to back off. And how you do know, it's no different than checking your wheels on your truck or your vehicle or your trailer. You know, if you have a wobble, we check them after every pass. If we have a wobble, we know something's coming loose. And after we make our first couple hits, we will check to make sure this don't have a wobble in it as well. Some people are gonna ask how much a setup like this is. I'll go ahead and let you know I'm pretty open about everything. This rear end with carbon brake set up, ready to go inside the car, is between about $11,500 and $12,000 with the axles. All right, you have to, yeah, there you go, hold that. Ready?
Yep.
Trying to, here, take this from you. You hold the deal. It's gonna be a little harder, guys, than we thought.
Ready? Yep.
1, 2. All right. Good thing about it, Strange gives us this cool little tool right here. We're able to do that. There's 2 set screws over there. And this is what I was telling you about earlier. So now what we'll do is we'll go inside here. There's holes right here, and we're gonna find what screw we're able to use. It looks like we can use that one and that one. We're gonna set these set screws in there, and then we are going to lock this thing down. Look at you. Here, you take this. What are you gonna do? Put it in there with your hand?
I'm gonna go to you.
You gotta watch this guy sometimes. And we do put some Loctite on it, try to prevent it from coming back. Let me shine my light. Okay. And we're just locking that thing in there. One more. Now we'll be able to put the rear end and stuff inside the car. That'll be in the next video. Putting this together. Guys, make sure if you haven't done already, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We do have a podcast now, Swan Talk. You can watch the video version here on our channel every Thursday, and you can watch or you can listen to the audio version every Friday. It comes out. But now that we got that locked in, we're gonna go right through here. Just make sure nothing is locked up. We're gonna put our brake back on. And yes, when we get everything in the car, we are going to have to bleed the brakes. So these cars have a lot of vibration, guys, so we do Loctite a lot of stuff. I need to take a shower.
Me too.
Fucking all sweating.
weather was discussing this morning.
Yeah, we've been out here all day, guys, but we're making good headway. The game plan is to get this in the vehicle, get it up inside PRENUP, get everything ready, and then we're gonna start on a transmission because we do gotta change the tranny and converter. And then hopefully have that done by the time, where's that 7/16 wrench? Hopefully have that done by the time that the rear gear shows up, and then we can put the rear gear in the car. Good deal. Good deal. We're gonna go ahead and put our end cap on. So these here don't get Loctite, they just get anti-seize because the wheel and everything goes up against this and it stops it from backing out. But we do put anti-seize on it, so whenever we do take them in and out, they don't get all corroded up. And you know, trust me, you get one of these locked in here, it is not fun. So I've learned, and then there's people out there that actually Loctite theirs in, which for the life of me, I cannot figure out why, but I don't. I put anti-seize on mine because they cannot back out because the rim is up against it. Good deal. All right, she's done. She's ready to go. That's where our axles will go in, and then we have this end cap that we use that stops everything, and we're good. But we'll get that put in here last, and we're gonna start putting this thing inside the car in the next clip. Like I said, guys, we have new stuff over on our website, www.justinswanstrom69.com. You can go over there and get your merch. You know, I got tired of sitting around waiting, you know, for a rule set and everything coming out. So I said, you know what? Let's swap this bad boy over to Radials. Let's go have some fun with the people, and let's go see. Let's go put a board or a time up on the board. So make sure y'all drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think PRENUP is going to go to the 8th mile on a 275 radial. So we'll see y'all later, guys.